16. Stuart Reid in the Curren out of 17, and then it's Dominic Earl Peacock in total of in starts 18th. Paul Town Tariq starts in the first of the Mazda Lances, 19th from Matt Rose in a Toyota Exceed. And then 21 is Graham Coley in the Mazda Lantis. And we've got the entire team up here in the commentary box this afternoon. Coley's supporters, they're all up here to give him a little bit of support and boost. Then we go back to car number 22, position 22, car number 56 is Carl driving Totoya Curren. Then it's James Bell Booth, the first of the twin Jims in the BMW 318. Then it's Rion Hogwood and another one of the little pugs, the 106 GTI. Okay, they're all just about ready to line up for the off. So it is a case of, here's our pole team. We're waiting for our second man on the front row. Where is he? No John Scriven. We're looking for him. Where's he got to? Car number 120, Roden Wooten already there. Mind you, he's probably buried down the back of the pack. It's so hard to get through that pack. Huge number of cars. 46 on the grid for today, 46 on the grid for tomorrow. Here comes our second place car, working his way through the field to the front. And then we're just about going to have track clearance there, right around the bend, almost down to the top of the hill. And we're just about ready to get underway. Let's keep an eye on them as they head into turn 1 and down under the bridge. The car I want to keep an eye on is Trass in car number 305. He's a good starter. Just about ready to get underway. Is a good start from him. He gets going in Africa. Up through the up and over they go. And down towards the high. First time in Williams from Jason Ward. Starts down through there in the little Civic. And just trying to pick up where that's just a massive cut through there. You can't see where. Like a big Graham Coley buried there. You can see that massive Graham on the back. We go 5 seconds, 5 seconds left faster. Look at Rooney up in a 4th position already as they fire down through the Porsche dipper. It's just a tell you what, Wilkins just absolutely bolting here at the front. He's gone for all money. Just trying to pick up that second place there. That looks like that is going to be Roman Will. Nice one. Jason Ward is looking across the line. Here he comes. Graham Wallace, Mark Desmond, Dean Jones, Paul Bertram, Josh Collingham, Mark Barlow, and then we go back to Dominic Earl Peacock, Town Tariq, Corey Anderson, and then it's Stuart Reid and Matt Rose. That's your top 20. As they all fire down under the bridge for the second time through the up and over. And I tell you what, there's a couple of them getting up close. But I tell you what, Dave Rooney's half the man's on fire. Look at this, he's just picked up 3rd position. He started down about 8th or 9th, and he's just picked up 3rd position with a nice pass on David Trass down into the high pull hairpin. With the climb up the hill they go, and then the drop down into the Porsche dipper. But I tell you what, there's Trass is fighting back. He's taking that position back away from him. Right in behind Rooney is John Scriven. Then we go back to Paul Greeny, and then it's Braden Willis in there and Alistair Chalmers. A little bit further back, I'm just trying to pick up where Shian Day is. She's looks like her there coming through in behind the little. I think she's just in behind Graham Coley actually, and. Where is she on our screen? Scrolling down for the... Can't pick up where Shian was. Graham Coley came through in 22nd position. Shian must be around there somewhere. Skippy Horn is up to 34th, having started 44th, so he's at 40's way to the top of that 10. Shian Day currently dropped down to 44th position, so She's unfortunately gone backwards a little bit. So then we look at the rest of them back to our front now. Roden Wooten through again. Jason Ward, the next man through. Okay, some of these top guys, I'll tell you what, Roden Wooten is in a class of his own at the moment. 22.931 he's just done, which is just on a second and a half faster than Jason Ward in behind him. And then it's Rooney in third, come through with a 26.256. Then he's in front of Trash with a 27.390. So those front three are basically in a class of their own. Meanwhile, we look a little bit further back into the pack, and just trying to pick up where the back of the second 10 is Pete Edwards in car number 111. It leads the second 10 from Mark Desmond, Dean Jones, Paul Bertram, Josh Collingham, Mark Barlow, and Paul Townstreet. Dominic Earl Peacock. I wish these guys wouldn't have double banger names. It makes it hard for me. Corey Anderson, Stuart Reed, Carl Driver. That's your next 10 through. So we'll go back to our front group, and but I tell you what, Roden Wooten he's absolutely, I don't know what's under the bonnet of that thing, but I think it must be around about 2.9 litre. Sorry, was that 5.9 litre? Because it is absolute rocket ship. But then I look at Jason Ward behind him. Ward is using every piece of the racetrack that he possibly can, and he's doing some good lap times. But then again, these guys are under no pressure from anybody. They've got Dave Rooney back up. He's got himself back up in third place. He's got in front of David Trask, and he's got enough pace to, I think, stay clear of them. He's certainly not got enough pace to catch the two guys in front of him. Now, we're going to get, when we get into the pit stops for this, there's some unusual pit stop rules, and I really don't know who's stopping where or they were going to give me this information, but I haven't received it, so I'll give you a rundown of basically what's supposed to happen, and you can work it out for yourselves after that. The real fast guys, the top guys, are going to have to stop for 2 minutes. Then we go back to the next lot of fast guys, they've got to stop for a minute. Then there's the others who've just got to do a drive-through, so they just drive through to lane. I'm not quite sure how they've worked that out, because that's a bit hard on the slower people who've got to do a driver change, but we'll see how that pans out through the afternoon. Meanwhile, still Woot at the front, leads down into the Porsche Dipper. Just trying to pick up now where Graham Coley currently running in 27th position, just in front of, just behind James Bellbooth. And as you know, I don't think it's Bellbooth in the car, actually. I think it's James. Not quite sure. Harry Bowers in there in 24th, just in front of Martin Meredith. Stu Fox and the little Corolla doing very well too. He's up in 20th position. He's climbed up, and we're now into 4 laps. so we just done a double check on what's happening. Right, at the 20-minute mark, the pit window will open, and it will close at the 40-minute mark. So we'll let you know as soon as the pit window opens, and then we'll you know when it closes. Now what they've all got to do is they've all got to at least traverse the pit lane. Some of them have got to stop for 2 minutes, some of them have got to stop for 1 minute, others don't have to stop, they've just got to drive through. So it's one way of levelling everything out for them. Now still looking for our lead cars, Wooten. Okay, got a best lap time of the date of 1:22.931. Actually, he's just bettered that for 1:22.770 on the 7th lap. And then Jason Ward's the next man through, second fastest man on the circuit, with the fastest time of 1:24.22. Actually, having said that, no, he's not. Alistair Chalmers, who's now taken over third position from in the Honda Integra from Dave Rooney, is a 24.078. So Rooney's done a 25.232, and John Scriven in behind him has done a 24.382. So actually, and then just in behind him is Paul Greeny done a 24.631. So Rooney's punching above his weight here, so he's done a great job. And we're just looking at Roden Wood coming through the Porsche dipper now, and there's going to be basically his first black car will be the little Peugeot, and that was be coming up in the not too distant future. So looking at the there's no fight between the two at the front, but let's have a look at the fight that's going on between the next ones. And Alistair Chalmers followed by Dave Rooney, John Scrippen go through the sweeper there, and then there's a whole bunch of them coming through. Paul Greeny in there, David Trash, Brayden Willis, Graham Wallace, Peter Edwards, and then Dean Jones, Josh Colligan, Mark Barlow, Paul Bertram, they've all followed through. Mark Desmond's dropped on the spot, and Paul Trowick has gone through as well. Looking a little bit further down, trying to pick up where some of the others are getting on. Grant Coley currently in 28th position, and Shian Day, she dropped down to 44th, but now she's fighting her way back up into 42, and she did all right in qualifying this morning. She qualified midfield, but qualifying is one thing, and being in your first ever race is a whole different ball game, and to throw somebody in the middle of a race with 44 other cars, all of similar lap times, can be a pretty intimidating thing for your first event down. So Shian's doing a great job up there. Looking through the race control there, you can see a very nervous mum who's sitting up here at race control driving things. So she's keeping an eye on her daughter as well. Just while we've got a bit of quiet for the moment, and I'll give you an update on what's happening out on track fairly soon. But for those of you that are racing here tomorrow, we have a driver's briefing at 7:40 a.m. 7:40 a.m. is driver's briefing. Okay, and whilst we said that, we have a safety car on track. So let me just have a scroll around the circuit and see if I can find where our problem child is. So something's caused that. I'm picking it will be on the okay, we've got somebody buried in the sand somewhere. Where are they? Okay, yes, we've got somebody buried. Oh, I tell you what, it looks like it could be it is. It's our second place man, Jason Ward. He's dropping like a stone. He's stuck in the sand at Hamilton Ashfields, and that is not a good spot for him to be. So he was fast too, and basically all he had to do was keep circulating, and he would have brought that one home. Meanwhile, Roden Wooten still keeping it tight at the front, although it's allowing the rest of the plan to get on the back of him. But with the speed he's got, I think he'll drive away from him next time. At the moment, so Jason Ward buried in the sand at turn 2, the Hamilton Ashfields corner, and we've got a safety car on track. So as soon as they pull him out, we'll be back underway with the racing. I'll tell you what, It's fascinating what happens up here. You know, we've got all the news and it's happening fast. And right in the commentary box here with me, I have got Graham Coley's teammates, Conrad Burns, who's not actually racing this weekend, and their team manager, the effervescent Jeffrey Grace. Now, tell you what, Conrad, you just had a phone call that whilst I was commentating there, you had a phone call from one of the cars, I believe.
Yeah, Graham's just given me a call, and he's complaining about the speed of the car. He said to me, "I'm out here and I'm getting rolled."
He's not rolled it. He's getting rolled. Okay,
that's right.
So now, hang on a minute. Now the work that's been done on that car, that's actually been, I believe, it's been in Jeff Grace's care for quite some time now. And Jeff, you know, you've been tuning this car, and obviously it's not performing as well as it should. So perhaps you should tell us what you've been doing in preparation.
Well, the turbo seems to be lagging a little bit. There's a key problem with it, but it should be working very, very well. It should be awesome. Maybe the other cars are cheating, I don't know.
So that 5.5 litre V8 that you put in it the other day hasn't worked?
I think just maybe those 3 cylinders, I should have got those going as well, perhaps.
Fair enough. Okay. That was Jeff Grace, who basically had nothing to say. So they're touring around at the moment behind the safety car. Now we've lost our lead car. What's happening here? Where's he? Right, that could have something to do with it. They're all diving for the pits like there's no tomorrow. So Roden Wooten's in the pits, and here they go. Now the problem, what they haven't figured on, is they're all too early. They're, the pit window has not opened, and these guys are diving in the pits like there's no tomorrow. So they're going to all have to pit again, or they're all going to be penalised. Now I'm going to get a word from race control on that, just to tell me what the ruling is on that, and we'll go from there.
We'll have to count. Robert's going to get a jersey. It's fucking hopeless.
What's that?
Okay, so I actually stand corrected. The pit board was put out to let them know that the pit window had opened. So they're all sitting in the pits here because unlike a supercar race where they come in and change all the tyres and fuel up and they're all gone again in under 30 seconds, these guys have to come and sit here for 2 minutes. So here comes our previous second place man. He'll be coming in and he'll be absolutely filthy with himself. This is Jason Ward. He went and buried it. I mean, he's going so well. He had a good, solid second place. He had the pace on the rest of the field. Okay, he didn't have the pace on Roden, but he's now come in. And there goes the first one out, car number 118. So he will be heading out now. And that is, trying to pick up who that is. That is Dominic Earl Peacock, as he heads out on track. And the rest of them are going to start to follow out now. Okay, so green flag out, and they're now racing again. And so who's going to be the leader now? It's Alistair Chalmers, car number 119, leads from Braden Willis, Graham Wallace, David Trask, Paul Bertram, Corey Anderson, Cole Driver, Stuart Fox, Alan Bradley, and James Belbooth. That's your top 10. Okay, so here they are underway again now. You've got Chalmers leading from Willis and Wallace, and Trax Bertram, Anderson driver, Fox Bradley, Dogwood Bowers, Harry Bowers done alright, Paul Rian Hogwood, Paul Country, Jules Van Dykerk, and Matt Rose, Grant Coley in 16th position, even though he's not got any power according to him. And he'll be, mind you, he did tell us in the car he wanted a long game. So that long game always seems to work. We started that in 1994 too. And Charles Day up in a 19th position, just behind Skippy Pascoe. And actually, as I said that, she's dropped position as well. They come into the pits. Just have a look. I'm looking down the pits there. I can see Chris Watson has come in, and he's sitting there. And who else is in pit lane at the moment? Here comes number 17 out of the pits. That's Paul Driver. And who we got down here? Here comes Chris Watson. Don't get too excited. Chris is getting very excited on these takeoff there. You've got to keep you 45, 47, 50, 52, 51. Oh, Christopher. He's going to get pinged. 59 at the gate, so I'm sure that Chris Watson will be touring the pit lane. A man designed the track, for heaven's sakes. So he'd know the pit lane by now. Righto, number 118 across the line. And that is Dominic Earl Peacock and the Toyota Event, sponsored by Barton and Thompson there in Dannemora. And then we go back to number 305, is the next one followed through there. That is David Trass. Where's he currently sitting? He's still running in 4th position actually, so he's not doing too bad. Paul Bertram. There's Chucky Havisham gone through there in the DTM car. Oh, Sian Day, massively late under brakes there. It's at turn 1. That was super brave from her, and she needs to realise she can't do that for an hour, because those brakes won't handle that sort of thing. And okay, so I did say about the exceeding pit lane speed limit, and that is Chris Watson and car number 117 and car number 20 are all going to be touring the pit lane. Just looking now at just trying to find our lead car. Alistair Chalmers, car number 1, obviously hasn't stopped yet, but the back is going to be going out. Harry, I think it's Harry Bowers. No, he can't. He hasn't stopped either, so it can't be him. As we look at through pit lane now, comes car number 36, and they're in for their pit stop. Car number 56, that's Carl coming through there. Car number 56, that is Carl Driver. And here comes one of the Peugeots, number 106 out there, that is Rian Hogwood. And let's have a look at his lap time. Pit speed time 33, 34 kilometres an hour. He's doing all right. Sian Day in the pits at the moment. So all those guys being rather sensible there. Here comes Chris Watson, so he'll be driving past in a drive-through penalty. Be kicking himself for that one. Car number 7 is the other one. That's Tony Jenks, the Honda VTI. And I'm trying to pick what that other number is. So 119, I think it was 118, which is Dominic Earl Peacock. So here comes Skippy. Past us now in the A&W Auto Spares Nissan Sentra Triple S. Okay, I've just had the word from Debs up here in race control. If car number 118 doesn't pit this lap, he is going to get a black flag. So unfortunately the days of arguing about it after the event have gone. It is you do it or you go home. So and here's Shian Day into the pit lane now. So it wasn't Shian went out earlier on, so she's come in for her pit stop. And done a nice little job there, Shian. And good to see her getting out onto the track side of things for a change after many, many years sitting in the pits helping people out. So car number 70, 105 has gone past. That is Jules Van Nijkerk. Chris Watson come past. I don't know if he's actually seen his stop-go penalty yet. We're looking at the car 118. Here's 118 now through pit lane. Now let's have a look and see what sort of speed he's doing through here. And it's James. It's Dominic Peacock. So he's a little bit more circumspect this time. We're at 37 kilometres an hour, a bit better than the 61 he was doing before. So now we need to know if car number 5, Chris Watson, is going to come in. They're only hanging out 2 at a time. Car number 70, we haven't seen car number 70 in yet. That's Tony Jenks, the Honda VTR. He comes on Bradley through in the Altezza. Where do you find an Altezza for $2,000 these days? So there's a lot of trading specials out there actually. And there's Dave Rooney, car number 27. There's Dave, he was previous leader, so he is currently sitting in. Just trying to pick up where Dave Rooney might be at this point in time in the race. And he is currently... Okay, so I just been told Tony Jenks, car number 70. If he doesn't stop this lap, he is going to get a black flag as well. So let's have a look and see where he is, if he comes through or not. I'm just trying to pick up where Dave Rooney is, and he's currently sitting down in the 35th position. So let's see where that all pans out after the pit stops. And there you go, skipping through there one more time, doing a little peacock in his tail. 320, that's Chris Havisham in the DTM car. And here's our previous leader, which is Roden Wooten. We'll see where Roden's popped out in this thing. I'll tell you what, not bad either. He's popped out 24th position, so he's doing all right. 128 gone through, 227. Here comes Rooney in number 27. There's James Belbooth, or James Watson. No, it's not James Watson, sorry. Can't pick up number 70. There's our previous second place man gone through. Hyundai goes through. Okay, here's a whole gaggle of them coming through now. So this is car number 305 coming out of here. That will be David Trass. Car number 83 is in the pits. That's Braden Willis. Here comes Chris Watson doing his drive-through. 23 kilometres an hour. No, he's up to 35. He's getting a bit better. Here, car number 70 follows him through as well. So there we go. That's so he's avoided a black flag. And although he's trying to sneak right up, he's trying to get that bit of extra speed down pit lane because he's got Watson in between him. And so back out they go onto the track. So that's it. Everybody's been done their drive-throughs. Although 118 is back in the pits again, Dominic Peacock. So he's been in for a pit stop, then he's done a drive-through, now he's been back in for another pit stop. So let's see what's happening. And also one we need to keep an eye on too is young Peter Vodanovich. See how he's getting on and where he is in the scheme of things. He's car number 125, and just have a look down the scroll, see where he was, because he started off right down the back. He was just a tad nervous, as most of the young fellas are, but I'm sure that he's doing, and he's currently he's in the pits as we speak, and he's in last place. So I think Dad's been on the radio to him. So our current new leader is Paul Bertram, with Graham Wallace, then Braden Willis, then Stuart Fox, Harry Bowers, Graham Coley up in the 6th place. Now he's playing that long game again. So I'll tell you what, he was complaining a little bit earlier on there, Conrad, about not having enough grunt and one thing and another. Now he's up in the 6th place. That long game, is it looking good?
He's playing the long game, right, because he's waiting a long time until he pits. So he's still got about a minute and a half to wait it out, and so I'm pretty sure that'll sort him out.
Yeah. So what's the pit plan now? When's he going to pit? Because I mean, yeah. Now, bearing in mind there could be other team managers listening over the radio here. You know, and we know how serious this stuff is.
We don't want to give away too much, but the idea was to actually pit.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Well, that's
yeah.
good. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think we're going to send Jeff down to put the 4th spark plug lead back on, are we?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, you guys have been involved with this 2K Cup thing now for a couple of seasons. I know Graham's in big into his tarmac rallying and one thing and another. How do you find it as a series?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's all about having a bit of fun and coming out and hanging out with your mates and getting in the car and having a race. But it's a good series.
So we expect to see you back in the car soon?
Yeah, I'd like to be back in the car soon. And yeah.
And when are we going to see you in the car, Jeffrey?
Hopefully maybe the next race. You never know. I just want to make sure Graham takes the limelight all again.
Yeah, because you're dialing yourself into this, aren't you? Really?
Long.
So when did you start? When did you buy the car?
We started thinking about it about 4 years ago. We actually bought the car about 3 years ago, and we're actually racing it now.
And you haven't got behind the wheel yet?
I've got behind the wheel on practice days.
Oh, okay. So there we go. So we're looking for. Now here's Coley. Now he's into pit lane, and I assume he's got somebody down there that can tell him when he can stop. And he's timing himself there, or is it? Are we getting some pit to car communication here? Are we? So car number 117 through pit lane. That's Harry Bowers. Harry, I'll tell you what, Harry was in 3rd position. So he's actually not doing too bad. I mean, he might have picked up some places there. Coley was up in 4th, and he could be on a winner on this one. I don't know just how long he. It's I mean, around here, the minute and a half. It's just over a lap. We'll have to wait and see. Now I'm just trying to pick up where Road Ruben pops out in the scheme of things. Currently sitting in 12th position, so our top 20 at the moment, which will change around as Graham Coley sitting in the pits here, and I think Roger Johnson's just gone back out. But so Paul Bertram leading from Stuart Fox in 2nd, Harry Bowers in 3rd, Graham Coley, and those both are in the pits, those two at the moment. Then Roger Johnson, Mark Barlow, Matt Willis and Josh Colligan. And then it's Martin Meredith, Peter Edwards. Skippy is up into 11th position, just in front of Roden Wooden. Then we go back to Gordon Murray, Dean Jones, Mark Desmond, Chris Havisham, George Tyler, Rachel Norris, then it's John Scriven, and rounding up top 20 is Stuart Reed. So just having a look to see where Sian popped out. She's popped out 35th position, so she hasn't done too bad. So just looking for, has Coley moved yet? Yes, he's heading out on track now. So this will sort things out when so he's out of pit lane. So we'll let him go around for a lap and we'll see where he pops up. So he's come out of pit lane now, heading down onto the bridge. just as Day goes past, I think, through the up and over there, and heading down towards the higher pool hairpin. Now the sun's getting long here at this time of the afternoon, and we still have a couple more races left to run. In fact, we've got one more race and 2 more practice sessions left to run this afternoon. And qualifying for the Super Lap. Roden Wooten, I notice him going through the hairpin now, and he's in 9th position now. That's sorted Graham Coley out. Let's just see where he's popped up and or where he's popped out to, and we'll have a scroll down now, and he's in tell you what, Dave Rooney's dropped down to 30th position. That's not a good stop block for Dave. So Coley's down in 33rd position. Try 34th. Try 35th. Oh, he's just been passed by Day. Right, here we got now car number 45's got a drive-through penalty. Who's that? That's, let's have a look. That's Stuart Fox. Yeah, Stuart Fox won't be happy. So, oh, in fact, no, that's not a drive-through, that's a black flag. So that's a time penalty as well. So I'm just trying to pick up those signage yet. No, it's definitely drive-through, sorry. Drive-through penalty for car number 45. Looking a big gaggle of them all trying to find their way through the hairpin down there. Notice I see Roden Wooten squirreling his way through some of the back markers, and he's car number 41 and car number 45, so there's 2 of them have had pit lane speeding infringements. Car number 41 is Craig Hutchby in the Nissan Sentra. Car number 45 obviously is Stuart Fox in the Toyota Corolla, as they Day. I'll tell you what, Sharon's getting very racy now. He's got past Graham Coley. She's just passed Paul Townshire as well, and she's now after Jules Van Nykerk, so she's flying away up the field. She's done a great little job there. She started midfield, dropped down at the right, started right to 44th position, and now finding her way back up. So Sharon's doing a great job there in car number 8, currently sitting in 33rd. Not too far behind Van Nykerk in front of him. so we'll give you a rundown now. Most of the pit stops have been done and dusted. We've had a couple of more drive-throughs, and I'll tell you what, I can't quite understand how you get done for a drive-through here, because at the end of pit lane we've got a speedometer that tells you exactly what speed you're doing. There is a 40 km/h speed lane limit, and you're driving straight at this thing, and surely you must be realising if the thing's reading over 40 km/h, you get a drive-through. But there we go. So let's have a run down and see how the entire field pans out. In position number 1, we've currently got Mark Barlow driving a Peugeot 306 GDI 16, although his lap times suggest he's probably not going to stay there for long. Then we go back to Peter Edwards in a Toyota Event from Josh Colligan in car number 186, third from Matt Williams, 265, and a whole bunch of Honda Integras in there. Then Rogue Wooten's got himself up to 5th position, doing lap times in the, well, currently he's in the 24s, but he has been doing low 22s, so expect to watch him move forward. Then Harry Bow. Harry's doing a fantastic job there in that Toyota Celica in 6th position. Then we go back to Martin Meredith, and then Dean Jones, and then at first of the Nissans, the Nissan Primera. Then it's Gordon Murray in the Toyota Torino in car number 9, in position number 9. And George Tyler rounds out the top 10 in the Honda Integra. Then it's, oh look at this, we've got somebody with a big blown engine just, and going, oh, that's a big blow. It's a Peugeot, and it's just pouring smoke out the back of it. And I would suggest it's laying an oil trail a mile long, right around. And you still haven't got off the racing line. That's good. No, it's not good. And he's still going, and still going. And well, the smoke stopped, so that suggests there's no oil left in it. No, he's trying to get back to the pits, and I've got to find, if that brings out an oil flag, that's going to be a lot of oh, it's laying a trail, there's no two ways about it. That's not looking good. Okay, so back where we were. George Tyler rounds out the top 10. Then we go back to Alan Bradley in the Toyota Altezza. He's in 11th position currently, from just in front of Mark Desmond in the Honda Integra. Then it's Chris Habersham in a little BMW 320i. He's doing a great job to be where he is. Then it's Rachel Norris and in a Peugeot 106 S16. So the Peugeot, 206. The Peugeots are starting to come to the fore again now. Paul Bertram in Toyota Celica in 15th. Paul Greeny in a Honda Civic in 16th position, just in front of Roger Johnson and a Toyota Levin. Then we go back to Tony Jenks, a Honda Integra in 18th, from Stuart Reed and another Toyota Curren in 19th. And rounding out the top 20 is Corey Anderson. So then we go back into 21st position is Matt Rose, just in front of Skippy Horner in the Nissan Sentra. Then we go back to Carl Driver in car 20 in 56th, 23rd position from Neil Rose in Toyota Torino.